I think that the thing that I've gained the most is really just having the self-awareness, throughout your day, to not only be, thinking of moments of gratitude, but thinking about how you eat, whether you've exercised, if you're meditating. It's sort of a constant daily reminder, and not in a way that's intimidating or frustrating at all. If anything, it feels encouraging.
I literally was talking about this with my friends, and they have actually said that they've noticed a difference in the way that I talk to them, the way that I'm able to offer advice. I've sent so many of the worksheets to friends, honestly, when they've said I have this problem and I don't know what to do, I don't know which direction to go in. I'm like, look at this diagram and write it all down. It will help you, trust me.
Being involved in the first solo immersion, I was a little apprehensive being the only guy, but who's more welcoming. And just really actionable positivity and everything that comes out of this. I've taken a bunch of different coaching, super involved courses, and I tell Allison, I really haven't had anything that's this organic and this authentic that really, sticks with you.
She has, again, the ability to make you feel like you're the only person in the room, even if you're, whether you are the only person in the room or there's 50 other people in the room. So, which I think is a very, the ability, the only word I can think of is the fact that she's a magnet. She's able to connect to you, but also connect to other people.
And, so now I am, I've got a new career in teaching art, and, who would have thought? And it was through the workshop that I was allowed to kind of really take inventory and discover who I am and what I want to do when I grow up. And here we are.
I just wanted to be involved. As someone who didn't know her at all and just found her online and connected with her, I was willing to help her in whatever way I can. So I'm now starting my own coaching business, but I help her with the workshops. I help her she runs ideas off me, or, I'm willing to do whatever it takes, because I truly believe the more people that take a workshop like this, the more people will be out there living their dreams, doing what they want to do, not feeling so repressed and not repressing other people. Judgment is contagious, and so is positivity. And I think what Allison has is contagious, and I've just wanted to be around that as much as I can. And so now I'm helping her as well.
I'm running and seeing eagles, or we call them hawks here, whatever, in the sky. And I'm yelling out as I'm running, "You can do this. This is amazing. You're enough." I have never done that before in my life. So yes, every day I am doing things.
Well, I have to say, Alison's aura, if you will, even online, it transcends screen, right? And just the positivity, the enthusiasm, the warmth, and the ability to hear and listen and connect to each and every one of us while we're sharing our various journeys with her. It was great. I was incredibly inspired.
Men are okay in this too, and men can learn from her. And there's nothing men should be intimidated by, because she's only gonna lift you up, not compete with you.
I think to that, I think Allison brings this incredible balance of the mind, heart and body combination, right? There's very few people that actually can live their life as powerfully in all three elements. And I think I've seen her connect with women and men because she's able to bring each one of those strong muscles to the equation, right? And so her ability to relate to men and women, I think, is probably one of her most powerful tools.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's not an easy thing to do for a man or a woman to relate in that manner.
I always look forward to her groups. Allison is just an engaging, exciting person. You want to listen to her and learn from her. She has this her guided meditations are my favorite meditations. I do lots of the apps, but I always love Alison's. Those are some of my favorite guided meditations. So she is just a knack for leading those kinds of things as well.
Best investment one could give to oneself. It was actually both times I took it, my favorite hour and a half of the week. And then so valuable the homework, which was optional, but I really enjoyed, having the permission almost to step back and to take stock and dream.
I think, a lot of people talk about being mindful, but they don't know how to make that actionable so much. And so what Alison did was able to ground us in that mindful thinking and getting us into the why behind why we want to get to someplace. And then giving us the actionable tools in order for us to start moving on those goals and what that actually looks like in real life versus just speaking about it and making it into an idea that doesn't go anywhere.
I've sent it out about 15 times already. I've sent it to my Chinese herbalist who I'm seeing today.
And at the end, I'm like, wow, there's so much here. And so I opted to do it a second time. And it was life-changing.
And I've sent it to my beautiful philanthropic friend in Australia who is such a yogi and always doing things for self-betterment. Not a word, but my word.
Don't hesitate. Take Soul Inversion. You won't regret it. It's incredible.
I've sent it to 2 of my girlfriends to explore when they have a moment. It's perfect time for us now.
I could see Soul Inversion traveling with me for years to come.
I just keep sending it. I'm sending book references, I'm sending stories, I'm sending quotes, I'm sending poems, all with Soul Inversion. So yeah, definitely recommend.
I definitely want to stay in touch. I would definitely do the course again. I think that it's the kind of course where there's no limit to how well you can, no matter how many times you would do these exercises. I think if I did it next year, it would be different, or I'd be facing different challenges.
I'm kind of addicted to it, so I might show up at the next one and the next one and the next one. So thanks, Alison.
I would say that there's nothing to be afraid of, I'm not a retreat person. I'm not a session person. I'm not I'm open myself to the group person. I easily do it with friends. But I think there's a lot to learn. A lot of the things that she talks about during the class is oh yeah, that really makes sense.
I think after Soul Inversion, you look at your life in a very different manner. And I think most people in life think about, what more could I have in my life? And I think what Alison has created for me is both the permission and the motivation to ask, what more can my life be, right? How can I live my life better? Because it's a limited time, right? And so for me, it's literally the privilege of, how can I have a richer life? What more can I do, and what more can I be, not what more can I have?
I think you will feel heard in a way that you haven't felt heard in a long time. And I don't think you'll regret it. And there's no harm in just calling her, talking to her. That's what I did. And yeah, I don't regret it a day of my life. In fact, I'm very grateful for it.
I would say if Alison presents you in her life, that in itself is a message that you should probably pay attention to. And I think just anyone who has met Alison, even for just a second, will completely understand and feel internally how she's such a good, positive person and energy. It's why wouldn't you want that in your life on a basic level?
Alison is, when you meet her, you know that she genuinely wants to help you, wants to give you inspiration. And I feel like I've taken that on as well. So, I want to make myself better, but I also want to make the world better and the people around me better. And so I have shared Alison's tools with every woman I work with, friends, my children. I got home from a retreat with Alison and I was doing, Allison has massaged your eyes, and so I was doing that to my kids, and we were meditating, and my kids were like, you can go to that weekend anytime you want. So people see a difference in you when you take care of yourself, because I just feel like you create your own happiness, and then you want to share that happiness, and you want to help others find their own happiness, and it just begins to become this exponential world of help.